Hey everybody, just making this video. It's been kind of a crazy month for me, and I haven't been filming much lately. Usually I give updates on just how things are going with the business, while we're out filming on jobs. But like I said, it's been a kind of a crazy month. Especially it's been a crazy week for me. So I just thought I would make this video because I've got nothing else filmed, just to kind of let you know what's been going on with me this lately. So since you watched that last video that I posted, that last long video, yeah, a few things have changed. So the first big thing is it's so crazy. The other morning I was going out to go do estimates, and right before I walked out the door, these two men showed up on my porch at my house from L&I. It's like Workman's Comp, Labor and Industries for Washington State. And they've been watching my YouTube videos, and basically I'm like under investigation from L&I. I'm probably gonna get fined. It's not very defensible on my part because it's all video evidence. They're going through my videos, and I clearly have been lacking in the safety department. They're especially upset about that big Lebanon cedar I did a few months ago. It was within 10 feet of the power lines, and I cut it down, and I knew better. And so I thought about going back and trying to maybe like take some videos down, but I didn't want it to look like I was hiding anything from them either. But after a long talk with L&I, we're going to start taking safety a lot more seriously around here. So we're doing like job site safety. It was so bad. They were like asking all these questions about like job site safety reports and stuff, and I'm like, I only hired my first employee, Isaac, 10 months ago, so we're still pretty new business. Up until 2 years ago I was working out of my car, so it just feels like life's been moving really fast. And anyways, the guy was actually very nice and reasonable. We're going to start taking safety way more seriously around here. I'll start wearing eye protection and make sure we're always wearing chaps. We're going to do job site safeties every morning. We're doing weekly safety meetings. We're going to start doing more training stuff and getting everybody CPR certified. And so there's going to be a lot more in my videos. And it's really kind of a blessing in disguise, because I knew, it's time for me to start taking this safety stuff more seriously. So there's going to be a lot more safety oriented stuff in my videos from now on. So that's kind of the first thing. Just crazy. And and I'm not fighting them. I'm going to totally comply, and I'll just they'll go through my videos, and if I get fined, I'll pay the fine, and I'll just I'll move on. And we're going to start taking this stuff seriously. Thank God we haven't had any like injuries or anything. So but it's time. It's time to start taking safety more seriously. So I'm getting investigated by L&I, which is nuts. And then I hired another employee. His name is River, and he was in my last video. But I filmed a video, but I after the L&I situation, I thought, like I said, I didn't want to go back and delete any videos. I didn't want it to look like I'm hiding anything. But I did think, I think I'm probably not going to post this video, because there were definitely some safety violations in there. So that's where I introduced River. But so he's been here for a few weeks. So yeah, so got a new employee. But it's been a crazy, even in my personal life. Like my wife's pregnant with our fourth kid. My grandma had a stroke. Lucas, his wife, like praise God, they just had their fifth kid, but now he's gone. He runs Sappy, so we're filling in for him. So it's been really chaotic around here. But and then it's crazy. This is the craziest. So I actually bought a crane, and I was going to be filming a lot of crane videos. And I'm not going to say the name of the company right now, because I'm going to kind of see if they resolve the situation before I decide to say their name or not. If they fix it, I'll just move on. But if they try to fight me, I'm going to definitely name them. It's a big company. It's a very reputable company. But I was going to buy a crane online, and I was looking at cranes in another state, and there was a listing for a national 14127. So it's a 120 foot, 33 ton stick boom crane. and I bought it. It was the most expensive thing I've ever bought. I had to put like $30,000 down on this in winter when work is already kind of slow. So it was already a risky move. It's a used crane, and it's like a 2016 anyways. So I'm looking up the chart and all the specs for the 14127, and so I signed the paperwork, I wire the money over. This is early January. Crane's supposed to be here by the end of January. It gets delayed. There's like an issue with the brake lines they got to fix, and then there's an issue with the front stabilizer they got to fix, and then a driver picks it up, starts driving to Washington, has to turn around because the heater doesn't work. They have to replace the heater core. Finally, the crane gets here. It's been like weeks delayed, like 3 weeks delayed. I've had to reschedule all these jobs I've been scheduling. Finally, the crane gets here and the check engine light is on. The driver drove it without DEF. There's like no DEF in the system, and the DEF system's all burnt up. So it shows up and the check engine light's on. So it showed up late, it showed up broken, and then it's nuts, dude. I set up the crane, and first thing, I set up the crane, I'm looking at it, and it's weird because I been doing research, right, on the National 14127, and I look at the load chart online, and it looks a certain way. I always look for like what it can pick at 100 feet, and so the max distance is 100 feet on this crane. I get this crane, and I'm looking at the chart, I'm standing on it, and it reads out to 95 feet. I'm like, why is the chart slightly different? That's weird. So I'm messing with the controls, and so the thing is, in the world of cranes, there's continuous rotation and there's non-continuous. There's continuous, and then there's like a 375 degree rotation. So, the crane will have they have some that they're like fully rotating, and it's continuous. You can keep going, and then some they'll stop here, and then it'll stop here. That's how my grapple truck is. It's non-continuous, and for tree work, that is super inconvenient. It's like a deal breaker, because let's say you've got a house here and a tree here you're picking, but your drop zone's over here. If you can't boom over the front and there's like a house in the way, like you can't do that. It makes no sense to use this there's zero chance I would have bought a crane with non-continuous boom. But I looked up, the 14127 has continuous rotation, and so anyways, I'm operating the crane and I'm booming, and all of a sudden it stops over center, and I'm like, what? And it won't go past, it's 375, just a hair past center. I'm like, why isn't it moving? Why isn't it going past center? And I go and look at the user manual, and it says 1400H. And then I realize it says 1400H on the boom as well. And I'm like, I didn't really think anything of that, because the paperwork, it didn't occur to me, it's the wrong crane. This is right on the ad listing, National 14127. So I Google National 14127, originally when I'm deciding which crane to buy, and I see that was a big deal for me, continuous rotation. And I'm like, okay, it's got continuous rotation, it's got this nice chart, so that's the one I'm researching. I'm not researching the 1400H. I don't know about the 1400H, And so anyways, I'm using, so the boom stops, and I'm like, why is the boom stop? And then I'm looking at the user manual, it's 1400H. So I'm like, something's wrong. So anyways, like I said, it had DEF problems, so we drove it to Peterbilt. They're like 10 minutes down the road, and then I'm like thinking about this, and I go home, and I'm like, I've got this sneaking suspicion something's wrong. I go home, I'm looking at all my paperwork that I signed. It says 14127 right on the paperwork, and that truck they gave me is a 1400H. So I'm a pretty understanding guy, but I'm pretty upset about this. This is like a big, huge company, and I waited. The crane was late, it was broken, and then it was the wrong crane. And so I told them all this, and now they're trying to say that the 1400H and the 14127, they're in the same, they're in the same family. They're trying to act like it's the same, if you bought it. And it's not like they sent me a better crane accidentally. It's the cheaper version. So I probably paid for a 14127. That's the chart I was looking at. That's, what I was expecting. And I got a 1400H. And so now they're trying to argue with me, and I'm demanding, give me my money back, give me my down payment, take this truck back. It's broken anyways. So I'm like, it's just insane. I was going to be making all these videos with this crane. And now I don't even have it here, so it's in the shop, but I'm just like having a hard time wrapping my mind around all this. This whole month has been a whirlwind. I lost like a bunch of jobs because I didn't understand the permitting was going to be so intense in the city of Issaquah. I lost like all this work, and then we had snow and we delayed jobs. So it's just, you know, I'm not complaining. I've had it really good this last year. I've been really blessed. Like, you know, I was working on my car a couple years ago, so things are good, and I've had a really good streak of, you know, good luck or being blessed or whatever you want to call it. Like things are good, and I have a lot of good problems, like not knowing how to best, you know, capitalize on my opportunities. So I'm not complaining, but you know, I don't. This is sort of the content I have. I've just been trying to. It's like I feel like I'm in a boat, just like trying to plug up holes, trying to keep everything running smoothly. So this is sort of the only content I've got. This is what I'm going through. This is the reality of running a tree service. I said years ago I didn't want to run a tree service. I just wanted a contract climb because I knew it was going to be hard. But you know, the tree service just chose me. It was my destiny. Everything has just pulled me back to tree service. So I'm just in it now, and I've accepted that. You know, I'm running a tree service now, but man, it is really challenging at times. It just takes everything you got, and you know, it's kind of crazy. If you watch my videos, you go back, you can kind of see, you know, you can kind of see the steps of what it's like to run a tree company. You know, start getting employees, start getting equipment, getting bigger jobs, and so it's kind of neat, you know, just to think about that you can sort of watch me run a tree service and see my struggles that I'm going with. But yeah, these are the issues, and the big ones is the L&I thing, which I'm totally in the wrong about, and the crane thing, which I believe I'm totally in the right about. I mean, it just looks so black and white to me. I'm like, you know, you do a quick Google, they're saying it's the same crane, but I Google National 14127 specs, and then I Google National 1400H specs, and they're different. It's like they're telling me it's the same crane, and I'm like, either it's just an honest mistake, or these people are like scam artists. You know, like it's just insane. It's the most expensive thing I've ever purchased, other than my house. It's like it costs more than my first house. You know, so it's crazy situation. I don't even really know how to process this. I'm telling them I'm absolutely refusing, and I will name the company if they don't give me my money back, because it is absolutely a deal breaker to not have continuous swing and spend $250,000, and it's a used truck. It's just crazy. So this is yeah, just sort of what I'm going through. It's been a really hectic month and a really hectic week, but I'm still very optimistic about the future, and you know, I'm not complaining. I'm just sort of sharing because I feel a little obligated. Like I haven't posted in a while. I haven't been posting much. It's another issue I've been having, is the YouTube videos are so, you know, it sounds simple. You just film the job site, but man, it's really hard. And I haven't been filming much. I've kind of like hit a wall maybe a month or so ago, and I kind of realized like I can't do this anymore. My mind is just in too many directions. I have no more bandwidth. So it kind of dawned on me, I have to make a decision. I have to either stop making YouTube videos, or I have to get help with them, because I just don't have the mental capacity. So so that brings me to the last thing that's happened as of today. You want to show me?
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
This is, dude, I got to step back.
Blown and everything.
Yeah, this is Aaron. And
howdy, good to meet you.
Aaron is the same height as Mitch. He's 6'10". He's like towering over me. Yeah. So this is Aaron. He's my videographer. So I'll give it back to him. So Aaron is going to help me produce more videos. Like I said, I kind of hit a wall. I was like, I either need to get help and double down on YouTube, or I have to stop. I got nothing. I'm gassed out. I got nothing left. Like, you know, I've got sappy supplies. I got my tree service. I got YouTube. Like I said, I got a family. I got 3 kids, and my wife's pregnant. My life is just, it's like, I'm very blessed, but also like I feel like I'm at my breaking point, you know. So I'm like, I need help. So anyways, so we're gonna do way more YouTube videos. We're gonna start doing more like, you know, chainsaw reviews and stuff like that. And let me know in the comments like what kind of videos, because now I'm gonna start like assembling a social media team and start getting really serious about it, you know. And Aaron's the first step towards that project. So he's gonna be there to help us film, help manage the cameras, you know, help manage the footage. The footage is, it's like 200 gigabytes a video. I mean, it's a lot of work to film a tree job and get all aspects of it. So Aaron's gonna help me. I'm gonna double down on YouTube. I'm gonna make a lot more videos. I'm very excited, very optimistic about 2025. Like I said, I've had an incredible streak of good luck, so I guess the bad luck was coming to me because I've had a rough week. I'll be honest with you. I've been a little just kind of struggling with this whole week, but I'll be in a much better mood if I get my my $30,000 back. That will be very nice because it's the winter time. Like, that was already a risky move, putting a down payment on a crane like that. So I'm a little freaked out right now, but everything will work out. It's just a lot to process. But no tree cutting, no chainsaws in this video. This is just sort of an update in the life of a tree service owner. I really appreciate you guys watching my videos and coming on this adventure with me the last few years. You know, when I first started making YouTube videos, I was working for another company, and then I left and I started my own tree service, and I started a new YouTube channel, and then I started this store, and I was working out of my car, and and I started getting employees and building the fleet. So it's been a learning curve. It's been an adventure, and I'm just grateful to have people that are it's just really nice to know that there are people out there watching, that are following along, and they care and they want to see me succeed, and that feels really good. So I'm very grateful, and please let me know if there are any kinds of videos you'd like to see, and I just look forward to the future and seeing what happens. So thanks, guys, and thank you, Aaron, for filming Aaron's first film project.
That's right. Yep, absolutely.
All right, I'll see you guys.